Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
Your quick roundup on everything that is happening in the tech world, in the UAE and all around the world. We are talking all about one scam that has actually been circulating. Did you receive a new UAE Pass OTP request? Because I personally have, and basically I got the request, I logged into the app, and then I saw that I had to choose one of the numbers, which is actually a second form of authentication that the ministry right here in the UAE has actually been launching it to make sure that people are not easily falling prey for these scammers. But the new scam has actually been circulating where a lot of scammers go ahead and say that they are from the police or from the Ministry of Interior or even your bank to go ahead and trick you into revealing very sensitive information or even at times personal information to authorize the UAE Pass requests.
Yes, and, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at vishing. Yes, vishing. Not phishing, but vishing. It is, relatable to the phishing scam. So vishing, which is basically voice phishing scam, is the latest in a series of sophisticated fraudulent attempts faced by UAE residents amid warnings by authorities faced by UAE residents. And this is, again, against parties that have malicious intent. And we're looking at it in a WhatsApp poll conducted by numerous news agencies this week. More than 8,300 people have said that they received phone calls or emails from scammers impersonating UAE authorities, and unfortunately, those who do fall for the scammers' tactics end up in personal and even financial loss. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this scam is not new. This has been circulating, in Kuwait. Actually, I don't know, Omnia, if you've seen this scam in Kuwait, where in Kuwait, a man would impersonate the Ministry of Interior of Kuwait in a video call.
I remember. It came up for me on TikTok.
Yeah, in a video call, and it would say, "Hey, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to update 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 being your bank details." And they would be wearing the police uniform, but they're so dumb that they'll be having like the UAE flag and
oh my god,
and they're so dumb.
You can't even keep one country in the mix.
And but they're trying to scam people in Kuwait. So it was people used to record and make fun of them, but unfortunately some people they get nervous and they get scared when authorities talk to them, and they could be having a sign on their forehead that's saying "I am a scammer."
And they'll
still fall for it.
Especially because a lot of these scammers really have their information, in check. A lot of them have all the details, including the ID number, your expiry date. They basically have all your details on their system. And so it's very difficult for someone answering the phone or at the time of the people, who have been scammed with the UAE Pass. They've got all the right OTPs in front of them. They feel like, they're in a position where they have to give the information. But whenever you get the option to go ahead and click a code on your UAE Pass app, if you have not initiated it, do not go ahead and click on it, because they will get access to the app, and from there they get access to all of your details, because the UAE Pass application right here in the UAE gives you full access to your Emirates ID information, and with that comes a big risk. And so a lot of these fraudsters would then go ahead and deploy sophisticated tricks to trick the citizens. They have sent emails from the ICP's gov.ae domain, and so again, the domain is perfectly right, but if you haven't done anything that would need you to access UAE Pass, then please be very, very much aware, because you could definitely fall prey for that.
Yeah, and, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are looking at how this has been an issue lately, not just the UAE Pass, but in general. A lot of scammers, actually, I'm going to reiterate the story that happened during Ramadan. And, a guy called me 050 number. Yeah, hello's from the bank, it's in a horrible, very obvious this is not from the bank. And, we see that you have to update your details, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, and he's like, if you don't update your details, guess what, honey? I'm like, what? We're going to close your bank account. You can no longer bank with us.
Story.
And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, well, that's great, because I have a loan with you guys. If you're going to default my loan,
I'll be happy.
Go for it. I don't want my loan. If you're gonna close I don't got money in the bank. I use it for a loan anyways. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what about your money? I'm like, I have 8 other bank accounts. He's like, what? Really? What bank accounts do you have?
Oh, of course.
I'm like, I have the bank account of your mom. I was just going crazy on him. And yeah, I mean, again, ladies and gentlemen, the bank will never call you. The UAE Pass will never contact you for anything.
They won't ask you for an OTP. You know, they're not going to ask you to enter a code even if you have something going on with them.
And they won't contact you if you've never opted in for it. If you didn't request for contact, if you didn't request for help, even with Amazon, right? Amazon, you want customer help. They'll say, okay, put in your number and we're going to call you, and the call is within 0.6 milliseconds, right? So it's very hard. They never call you. I've had actually issues with the bank, and I said, can you guys call? He's like, we don't call you. I'm like, but I need to follow up. You need to follow up. You call us again. You go through the process again, and we'll follow up with you. Don't worry.